a direction that tends to undo the effect of change imposed. Okay, I think you are not understanding. Let us see here what is the meaning of this one. Simply means what happened here. Okay, for example, if you take the reaction, here we have one reaction, A plus B gives rise to C plus D. Okay, so what happened here? In this reaction already equilibrium is established. Okay, so once the reaction is established, equilibrium means if you change anything, okay, so what happened, that change will be undo. Okay, undo means what? It will be remain as such. As you know very well, in the system also we have the undo means whatever is there, it's going to come back. Like we have the undo in our laptop also. Okay, our personal computers. So means that change will be, there won't be any effect after that. Okay, that we can explain by using the Le-Chatelier principle. Okay, let us see effects. After that, again I will come back with the what here, with the this definition I am going to again explain. Let us see here. So here if you see, this is applicable to all physical and chemical equilibria. Here if you see, we are discussing the what chemical equilibrium. Okay, so here we are focusing on a chemical equilibrium. So along with that, it is applicable to physical equilibrium also. Okay, so what is the physical equilibrium? Chemical equilibrium already we discussed. So this Le-Chatelier principle is applicable to physical and chemical equilibrium. Here we have one reaction, that is what? Here we have, for example, 1 mole of, okay, H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2HI. Okay, so in this reaction means here, what you are going to do here, for example, okay, for example, if you are going to add, okay, or for going to add some more amount of H2O. Okay, so what happened here, the concentration of H2 going to be increases, means already H2 is there, you are going to add more amount of again H2O, so concentration of H2 is increased. Then what happened here, total reactant side, what happened, concentration is more, so now reaction is going towards the forward direction to compensate this more amount of concentration. Okay, mean equilibrium again going to establish after some time. Why? Because means that is what we are telling undo effect. Okay, here already equilibrium is established, but you are going to add the H2. So what happened here, to stop that, to nullify that changes, the reaction is going to forward. So once is going to forward, so what happened, this H2 going to consume and you are going to get the, so you are going to get the HI. Okay, now let us see here. Now if you add again, now here instead of H2, if you add iodine, okay, so from outside you are going to, already equilibrium is established, now you are going to add the I2. So what happened now, at the reactant side, concentration of reactant is going to increases, means already reaction is in equilibrium, again you are going to add the I2. So what happened now, to decrease this concentration, the reaction is going to forward in the forward direction. Okay, so why? Because means once is going to forward reaction means more amount of I2 going to consume, so again equilibrium will be established after some time. Okay, now if you do here, so if you, for example, if you add more amount of HI, but now in this case you are going to add the product now. Okay, so if you add more amount of HI means what happen, at the product side, concentration is going to be increases. Okay, to change it, to nullify these changes, what happened, the reaction is going to backward direction. Okay, so means this HI going to decompose to form the H2 and I2. Okay, after some time what happened, the equilibrium going to be established. Okay, so here what happened now, three cases I discussed. Okay, first time I added H2. Okay, so equilibrium is shifted toward the forward direction. If I add the I2, so equilibrium shifted towards the forward direction, nothing but reactant are converted into products. Okay, now second case, here what happened, if you add now HI, so if you add the HI, what happened now, product is converted into reactant. Okay, now if you add the HI, what happened, product, if you add, the reactant is going to backward direction. So here what I want to convey means, if reactant concentration increases, the forward reaction is going to take place. If product concentration is increases, what happened, backward reaction is going to take place. Okay, now okay, here what happened, you are going to add either reactant or product. Okay, now let us see here. Now here instead of one, now next case, instead of adding the product, I am going to remove some product, reactant or product. Okay, Now if you remove some HA, what happened? The concentration of H2 going to be decreases. So here what happened? At the reactant side concentration is less. So now what happened? The reaction is going to the in the backward direction. Okay. Or if you remove the HI, okay, you are going to add some reagent. That what happened? Because of that reagent, you are going to remove the iodine. So here again what happened? Concentration of reactant is going to decreases. So again in this case what happened? Backward reaction is going to take place. Why? Because means here concentration is less. Now in next case, what you are going to do now? Here now you are going to remove the HI. Okay, HI by adding some reagent. If you remove the HI, what happened now? Product concentration is going to decreases. To nullify this, what happened? Reaction is going to in the forward direction. Okay, don't worry, we will go for the examples so that you can understand very well. Okay, this is the effect of concentration. Means what is that? Maybe once you are adding after some time, if you add the reagent or product, or if you remove the reagent or reactants or product, what happened? After some time the equilibrium is going to establish. That is called as undo the effect. Okay, so now what you are doing? You are going to change some concentration. After some time, what happened? The effect will be undo. Okay, this is the first factor we discuss. Next, go for the next factor. Okay, before going to here we have some graphical representation. Okay, here if you see the graph here, okay, in this case we have the same. So what is the reaction here? We have H2I2 gives rise to 2 moles of HA. Okay, this is the reaction, already equilibrium is established. Now here you can see this is we have the equilibrium condition. Okay, already in the graph also mentioned. Now what happened here? You are going to add the H2, nothing but here already equilibrium is established. You are going to add the reactant, that is what? H2. So what happened here? The reactant concentration is increased. Okay, concentration of reactant is increased. So here you see, here in this case what happened? Here equilibrium is what? Here in this case total, here what happened? There is not in equilibrium, means here equilibrium is disturbed. Okay, so once you add the H2, there is a what? Equilibrium is disturbed. So but what happened after some time? So here what happened? Re-establishment of equilibrium. So here we are the concentration is going to change, but you can see the constant in the lines. It indicate means what? Equilibrium is established, means it will take some time to re-establish, but it is going to establish the equilibrium. Okay, so to understand the equilibrium, okay, effect of concentration and equilibrium, here we have an experiment. Okay, let us see here experiment, what is the given there. Here we have the equation, that is what? Okay, Fe plus 3 plus SCN gives rise to FeSnCN plus 2. Okay, now here you have to remember the colors. Okay, this is what? Yellow color, Fe plus 3 ions. This is the thiocyanate colors is what? Complex, here colorless. This is a deep red color. Okay, now if you write the expression, what is here? Equilibrium constant means you are going for the molar concentration of product by molar concentration of product of reactant. Okay, fine. Then here what you are doing now? Let us see here. Here if you see, the intensity of red color become constant on attaining the equilibrium. Okay, here what happened here? A reddish color appear on adding 2 drops of potassium thiocyanate to the 1 ml of iron nitrate. Here simply here instead of writing the iron nitrate, they wrote the ionic equation. Okay, this is the iron nitrate. Okay, we have the iron nitrate, so they wrote the ionic equation. So what happened here? If you add the thiocyanate, here what? Potassium thiocyanate, this is KCN, we are going to write like this. Okay, if you write the ionic equation, this is the ionic equation. So slowly you are going to get the deep red color and the intensity color is going to be constant. Okay, that indicate means what? Due to formation of this complex having the what? Red color. So the intensity of the red color becomes constant on adding the equilibrium. Okay, this equilibrium can be shifted either forward or reverse direction depending on our choice of adding a reactant or product. Now you can shift the reactant either forward or backward direction depending upon the what? Adding the reactant or product. Now let us see here the equilibrium. If you see, the equilibrium can be shifted in the opposite direction by adding the reagent that removes the Fe plus 3 or N thiocyanate ion. Okay, now for example, this is the equation we have. Okay, Now this is the what, this is the equation is there. Okay, now I want to go for the backward reaction. So what happened, if I want to go for the backward reaction means either I remove the, I have decreased the concentration of Fe plus ions, or either I have decreased our concentration of thiocyanate ions. So now by adding one reagent, okay, so what happen if you add the reagent, like for example, now let us see the example for the effect of concentration and equilibrium. Okay, now here we see one experiment is there. So what is that means here? Okay, so here if you see Fe plus 3 ions are what? Here we have the yellow color, and thiocyanate ions are having the colorless, and here if you see that this complex having the deep red. Okay, so what happened, once the equilibrium is established, you have the deep red color. Now here what happen, if you want to change the equilibrium, so what happen, you are going to add one reagent. Okay, for example, if you add the oxalic acid, okay, H2C2O4, oxalic acid formula what we have, H2C2O4. So what happened, this oxalic acid going to react with the Fe plus ions, and you are going to get the complex. So if you add the oxalic acid here, so oxalic acid, what is the formula, H2C2O4. Okay, so once you add the oxalic acid, what is going on here, it is going to react with the Fe plus 3 ion. Okay, it is going to react with the Fe plus 3 ion, and going to get the, you are going to get this complex. So what happened here, in the reactant side Fe plus 3 ion concentration going to be decreases. So here once the reactant concentration decreases, so what happened, the backward, now the backward reaction is going to favor. So backward reaction is favor, how it means, it's going to decompose. Once this complex is going to decompose means what happen here, deep red color intensity going to be decreases. So slowly, so when you add the oxalic acid, it's going to react with the Fe plus 3 ions. To change the, to undo the effect of these changes, it is going to favor the backward reaction. So because of, you can observe this complex going to decompose, and slowly you can see the decrease in the deep red color. Okay, now next if you add the, now here next you are going to change the concentration of, or you are going to decrease the concentration of thiocyanate ion. So for this reaction, if you here after establishing equilibrium, if you add the HgCl2, what happen, this going to react with the thiocyanate ion, and you are going to get the complex like this. So here what happened, at the reactant side the concentration of thiocyanate ion is decreased. So once the concentration is decreased, so what happened here, the reaction is going to in the backward direction. So by decomposition of this complex ion, again the intensity of color going to be decreases. So you can favor the backward reaction by removing the Fe plus 3 ion or thiocyanate ion. Okay, so this is going to favor the backward reaction. Now if you want to go for the, so if you want to go further, now if you want reaction, it has to be go forward direction. So what happened here, once it has to forward reaction means the reactant concentration has to be increases. Now what I am going to do, I am going to add the potassium thiocyanate. Okay, so once potassium thiocyanate means what happened, this ion concentration going to be increases at the reactant side. So this is going to favor the what, forward direction. Okay, so how can you come to know, the slowly deep red intensity color going to be increases. Okay, so now what here we discuss, either you are going to remove the reactant. So once the reactant is decreases, then the reaction is going to backward reaction. Why? Because means your concentration is less on the reactant side. Or if you want to increase the concentration means, if you add the any ion, either you go to add the reagent which is having the more Fe plus 3 ion. So what happen, at the reactant side concentration is going to increases, is going to favor the forward direction, and that you can see the increase in the deep intensity red color. Okay, like this we can see the effect of concentration on the equilibrium. Now let us discuss our next second factor, what we have, pressure. Okay, now how is pressure going to be affect? Okay, simply if you are here, if pressure increases, okay, so the reaction is shifted towards a decrease in the number of moles. Okay, now if pressure is decreases, what happen, the reaction is proceed in the increases number of moles of, okay, reaction. Okay, let us see here how means. For example, okay, here we have the this equation. Okay, in this equation what we have here, if you see the what we have reactant, if you see the reactant, we have the 1 mole of carbon monoxide, 3 moles of H2. Okay, so total number of moles, how many, we have the 4 moles of reactants. Okay, now come to product. How many moles we have? 1 mole of methane, 1 mole of H2O. Okay, so total how many moles we have? 2 moles. So what happened here? So 4 moles of gaseous reactant. Okay, so 1 mole of this one, 3 moles. Okay, becomes 2 moles of gaseous product. So Le Chatelier principle. Okay, the increase in pressure will. So what I told, once that pressure is increases means now equilibrium shifts, where mean decrease in the number of moles. So the increase in pressure will shift the equilibrium in forward direction. So forward direction, why? Because means in now number of moles from it's going to 4 to 2. Okay, so once the pressure here, so once the pressure is increased, okay, so once the pressure is increased means it has to shift in the way the number of moles is decreased. So in this case what happened? I increase the pressure. So now if you see the number of mole, where it's going to decrease, at the product is going to be decreased. Why? Because means this is 1 mole, this is a 1 mole. Here we have 1, 3. So here total we have the 4. 4 to 2 number of moles has to be decreases. So now in the forward direction number of moles is going to decreases. So the increase in pressure will shift the equilibrium in forward direction, a direction in which the number of moles of gas or pressure is going to be decreases. Okay, yeah, simply you have to remember that if pressure is increases means where the number of moles is going to decrease, in the direction the reaction is going to proceed. Okay, if now if go for the reverse, if pressure is decreased, so what happened? The reaction proceed in direction where the number of moles are going to be increases. Okay, don't worry, based on this again we are going to take some examples also. Here we have one important note, that what is there here in Le Chatelier principle, to a heterogeneous equilibrium means what here? Heterogeneous means we have different phases. Okay, the effect of pressure change on solids and liquid can be ignored. Okay, so as you know very well, in case of solids and liquid what happened, there is a independent, we are not going to consider the pressure effect. Okay, so as you know very well, on gases we have the more pressure effect. So in case of, if you are in the Le Chatelier principle, the effect of pressure on the solid and liquid can be ignored because the volume of solution liquid is nearly independent of the pressure. Simply there won't be effect on the pressure pressure effect on the solids and liquid. Okay, now let us see here. Okay, now let us see the next effect of temperature.